Welcome back to Garnerville, everybody. The Decorah Vikings won game one of this doubleheader by a count of 4-0, scoring 4 runs in the 8th inning. A RBI double with 2 outs for Cole Sweska and a Austin Ashbacker 3-run homer to end it. And the Vikings will go this way in game number 2. Colin Nimrod will lead off at shortstop. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third in left field, Cole Sweska. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Austin Ashbacker. He will bat for the right fielder, Eric Severson. Hitting fifth, the pitcher, Dustin Carey. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Kyle Kane. Batting seventh at first base here in game 2. Chris Hartman. Hitting 8th at second base is Brady Dolly, and batting 9th at third base is Bryce Pierce. That lineup will face Sumner Smith, a freshman right-hander for the War Eagles of Clayton Ridge and Elkader Central. Smith making his second appearance. He's 1-0. No ERA. Opponents hitting .200 against him. 4 innings, 4 hits. No runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Colin Nimrod set to start things here in game 2 of this doubleheader. This is Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC and KDECradio.net. Colin was 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch in game number 1, and a first pitch is a curveball for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike count. Smith, the freshman right-hander, ready in the 0-1 ground ball off the end of the bat, grounded it toward short, picked up there by Connolly, and the ball goes underneath his glove, and reaching first base is Colin Nimrod. So Colin on to start the ball game. Runner at first and nobody out, and the batter will be Jake Hovden. Hovden in game number 1 was 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch. Reached on a fielder's choice in that 8th inning and ended up scoring a run. Smith ready with the pause and the pitch. Missing low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Corey Broxton in left. Colton Connolly in center. Dylan Preston in right for the War Eagles. At third base, Derek Earhart. At shortstop, Colin Connolly. At second base, Gibson Barons, and at first base is Trey Relk. Behind the plate, Cole Helly and Sumner Smith on the hill. The next pitch goes high. It is 2 balls and no strikes. One more game tomorrow night for the War Eagles. They will host Monticello, and then they will open up first round 2A play on Saturday night down at Dyersville. 2 balls, no strikes. Hovden shows bunt, takes all the way, and takes high for ball 3. So an infield hit for Nimrod, and a 3-0 count now on Jake Hovden. The 3-0 taking all the way is Hovden. He'll take for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike count now as Decorah looks for a doubleheader sweep. They won the extra inning game in game number 1. It was the first time they went to extras this year. Good lead at first base by Nimrod. Long pause, and the runner goes. The pitch taken high for ball 4. So Hovden draws base on balls, first and second, nobody out. And Cole Sweska, who got 2 doubles in his last 2 at-bats of game number 1, will stand in. Sweska 2 for 4, 2 doubles, a run scored, an RBI. He, in fact, had the game-winning RBI. He got the double with 2 outs in the 8th inning to give Decorah at the time a 1-0 lead. The Baby Bull backed that up with a 3-run homer. First pitch to Cole, a curveball taken low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Smith making just his second appearance. The freshman right-hander. Final conference games of the season were last night for Clayton Ridge, Elkader Central against Sumner Fredericksburg. The win for Decorah in Game 1 ended the War Eagles' 7-game winning streak. Dropped him to 25-6 on the season. The 1-0 delivery goes high. It is 2 balls, no strikes now on Sweska. Sweska squaring to bunt. Takes a curve for a strike on 2-0. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Away from second, Nimrod. Away from first is Hovden. Smith ready, and the next pitch taken high for 3 balls and 1 strike now. With Austin Ashbacker on deck. 3-1 the count. The pause and the 3-1 delivery well high for ball 4, so 2 walks for Smith in the inning. And Dan Barron's out of the first base dugout to go talk to his freshman right-hander. Bases will be loaded with nobody out. And the batter will be Austin Ashbacker. Ashbacker was 2 for 3, had a sacrifice, and had a 3-run homer in game number 1. That gave Decorah some breathing room heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. The lowest margin of victory this year for Decorah has been a 3-0 win. That happened a week ago tonight against Waukon. Conversation's now done. Nimrod third, Hovden second, and Sweska at first. And the Baby Bull stands into the right-hand side of the plate. He hit his 4th home run in his last at-bat. A curve is taken for a strike from Smith. No balls, 1 strike count. Smith comes set. The 0-1 offering swung on, popped up straight back, and that one will land out of play. It is no balls and 2 strikes on Austin Ashbacker, with Dustin Carey in the on-deck circle.
Drive it, Trey, drive
it. Nimrod off of third, Hovden off of second, and Sweska off of first. Smith in for the side from his catcher, Helly. He'll come settle, look around the base pass, and the curveball slips out of his hands and sails high. One ball and 2 strikes. Decorah won game 1, 4-0 in 8 innings. Have the bases loaded with nobody out here in the first inning of game 2. 1-2 delivery, a curveball, and that hit him. And they're going to rule that Austin leaned into the pitch. So the count should be 2 balls, 2 strikes. They kept Austin in the box that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. The pause by Smith, the 2-2 taken up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three and 2, bases loaded, nobody out, first inning. Long pause by Smith and the pitch. 3-2 and ball 4. That one hit Austin, and whether they ruled that a hit by a pitch or that he leaned into it, it was a ball anyway. So Austin's going to get an RBI the easy way or the hard way, depending on your perspective. And it's 1-0 Decorah as Dustin Carey will be the batter. Carey 1 for 4, had a double in his last at-bat of game number 1. He's on a 2 for 12 funk right now. And now they redo the batter's box. Umpire grabbed the bat, redrew the lines, and away we go. Hovden third, Sweska second, and Ashbacker at first. Smith comes set, and the first pitch to Dustin, a strike on the inside edge. The ball is one strike. Decorah leads 1-0. This is the 14th time this season that Decorah has scored in the first inning. They have won the last 11 games in which they have done so. They are 11-2 when doing so. 0-1 delivery. Swung on, a blooper out into shallow right center field, and that one is going to land for a hit. Hovden comes home. Sweska to third. Ashbacker to second. A bloop single for Carey, and it's 2-0 Vikings. Dustin Carey with the RBI single to score Hovden and move everybody else up 90 feet. Still nobody out in the inning. A 2-0 lead for Decorah as Dustin knocks in his 35th run of the season. And Kyle Kane will look to keep the fun going. Kyle was 0 for 3 with a walk in game number 1. Smith ready, and the first offering, a strike on the outside edge. No balls, one strike. A walk, a hit by a pitch, and 2 hits have given Decorah a 2-0 lead. Nobody out yet here in the first inning. 0-1 delivery, that one taken up. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. Sweska away from third, Ashbacker off a second, Carey off a first. And the 1-1 delivery, a curve is low and in the dirt. Helly able to stop that one. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Smith facing his 6th man of the inning. The pitch swung on, a ground ball toward short, fielded there by Connolly, goes to second for 1, goes to first, double play. A run will score to make it 3-0 Decorah. Six-4-3 on the double play. Ashbacker moves to third. Sweska scores on the play. No RBI for Kane because of the double play. But Hartman will be the batter. Chris did not play in game number 1, getting a chance to play first base here in game number 2. Hartman on the season, a 143 hitter with 2 hits and 14 at-bats. But he has drawn 9 walks this year. His on-base percentage, .478. First pitch high and tight to the left-hand hitting Hartman. 1 ball, no strikes. A bases loaded hit by a pitch for the Baby Bull. Carey with a bloop single and Kane a double play that scores a run. The pitch outside again is 2 balls, no strikes. With Brady Dowley in the on-deck circle. A 3-0 lead for Decorah here in the first inning. They won game 1 of the doubleheader 4-0 in 8 innings. 4 2-out runs in the 8th inning. The 2-0 ground ball to the right side, fielded there at first base by Relk. He'll run to the bag to retire Hartman. And the side is out here in the first inning. But 3-run score on 2 hits and 1 runner left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Decorah 0, and Elkader Central Clayton Ridge coming to bat. They will come to bat this way, leading off the shortstop Connolly. Batting second at first base, Trey Relk. Hitting third and right field, Dylan Preston. Batting fourth, the catcher, Cole Helly. Hitting fifth in center field, Colton Connolly. Hitting sixth in left field, Corey Broxson. Batting seventh at third base, Derek Earhart. Hitting eighth, the designated hitter, Jace Moore. Moore batting for the pitcher, Sumner Smith. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Gibson Behrens. Dustin Carey getting the start here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Dustin on the season 5-4. 10th appearance, 9th start. 2.11 ERA. Opponents hitting 195 against him. 49 2/3 innings, 41 hits, 15 earned runs, 12 walks, and 42 strikeouts. Carey, his last outing was a 5-inning victory, the 11-0 win in game two against Waukon last Tuesday night. Cole Sweska left, Jake Upton center, and Eric Severson in right field here in game number 2. Bryce Pierce is at third, Colin Nimrod at short, Brady Dolly at second, Chris Hartman at first, Kyle Kane behind the plate, and Dustin Carey on the hill. Colin Connolly will be the batter in game number 1, 0 for 4, 3 groundouts and a flyout. 14 of the 24 outs in game number 1 were ground ball outs against Colin Nimrod, as Carey starts Connolly low, 1 ball, no strikes. The loss only the 6th of the season for Elkader Central, Clayton Ridge. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch, ground ball towards third, backhand stop made by Pierce, who tripped over the bag but touched it in foul territory, so it's a foul ball. He fielded the ball and tripped over the bag, but the contact must have happened in foul territory as the home plate umpire threw up his arms right away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery, beauty of a curve taken for strike 2. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count and the pitch. Ground ball towards third. This one fielded in foul territory clearly by Pierce up the third base side. So we'll do it again. At 1 and 2. Another 1-2 from Carey. Fastball grounded towards third. This time Bryce gets to field in fair territory, and a throw on to Hartman at first base to retire Connolly. 1 down here in the first inning. One down, nobody on for Trey Relk. 3-0 Decorah, bottom of the first. Relk 0 for 3 in game number 1. Dustin starts him with a breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Oh-1, fastball. Foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Kyle Kane, and it's no balls, 2 strikes. Oh, and 2 the count. And the 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss, strike 3. Dustin gets the strikeout of Relk, quickly 2 up, 2 down here in the first inning. 2 down, nobody on. And Dylan Preston, who with the stick in game number 1 was 0 for 2 with a walk, will be the batter. 3-0 Decorah, bottom of the first. Preston looks at the first one outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Preston, pretty impressive pitching performance. 7 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 1 walk and 7 strikeouts in game 1 as the pitch goes in there for a strike at the knees, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. The pitch, curveball grounded towards short to his left as Colin Nimrod. He'll field and fire over to Hartman at first base, and a quick 1-2-3 first inning for Decorah. 3 up, 3 down. And 1 inning is done in game 2 of this doubleheader. Decorah with a 3-0 lead. 3-0 Decorah here in game 2 of the doubleheader. We talked about it a little bit in game number 1. We'll mention it here in game number 2. The pairings came out in Class 3A today. Decorah will open up on July the 18th, a week from Friday night at Waverly Shell Rock. They will play at 5 o'clock, Decorah and Charles City. At 7 o'clock that night, Waukon will play Waverly Shell Rock. The winners of those 2 games will play Monday night, July 21st in the district final at Waverly. The opposite district in the sub-state will have West Delaware and Independence at 5 o'clock in Owine that night. And Owine will take on Crestwood. The winners will play in the district final at Owine on July 21st. Brady Dolly takes the first one low here in the second inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Dolly 0 for 3 in game number 1, or correction, 0 for 2. The 1-0 delivery is taken low, 2 balls, no strikes. Will be followed by Bryce Pierce and Colin Nimrod here in game number 2. A 3-0 lead for Decorah here in the second inning, the 2-0. Well high for 3 balls and no strikes to count. Gorgeous afternoon for baseball. Couldn't ask for much more. Not too hot, not too cold. It was a little breezy when we got here today, but the breeze, although still present, wasn't as bad as it was. The 3-0 delivery is taken for a strike, and it's 3-1. 3-0 Decorah. Ashbacker hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. A bloop single for Carey, and Kane hit into a double play, which scored a run in the first. 3-1, swung on, driven towards left center field. Connolly angling over, lunges up, can't get there. It's up against the fence. Brady Dolly will have a stand-up double to start the second inning. Brady Dolly with double number 6 on the season. And the batter will be Bryce Pierce. Pierce playing third base with Carey on the hill. Bryce didn't play in game number 1. 5 for 20 with the stick this year. Calculating out to 250, and he has 7 RBI. Smith pauses, and the pitch to Pierce swung on a fly ball into center field. Back as Connolly now comes in, and the ball lands in front of him. So Pierce will get a bloop single. Dolly had to wait at second base, and he had to stay put there as the ball got immediately to Connolly after the bit of a misplay. So it's first and second with nobody out, and Colin Nimrod will start the second trip around the batting order. Colin singled and scored in the first, 1 for 1. 3-0 Decorah as we play the top half of the second inning. Smith set, and now he steps off the rubber. Dolly off a second, Pierce off a first, held on there by Relk. And a move to first will send Pierce back diving to the bag. An offensive timeout here as Colin Nimrod and Coach O have a brief conversation in the third base box. He heads back to the right-hand batter's box. No count yet on Colin. Smith pauses. Collins is squaring to bunt, pulls the bat back, slaps one towards short. It goes underneath the glove of Connolly and into left field. Dolly will stay put at third. Vikes have him loaded with nobody out here in the second inning. So Dolly at third, Pierce at second, Nimrod at first, Hovden to the plate. Vikes had the bases loaded, nobody out in the first inning, and ended up capitalizing with 3. Hovden will look to continue the trend here in inning number 2. Hovden walked and scored in the first inning. Smith comes set, and the pitch to Jake goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Dolly off a third, Pierce off a second, Nimrod off a first. 1-0 the count on Hovden. The pause and the 1-0 well high, and a bluff throw to third base by the catcher, Helly. So it's 2 balls, no strikes. Second inning, the Vikes looking to add on to a 3-0 lead. Smith comes set. A look around the base past the 2-0, swung on and missed. An off-speed offering, and Jake was out in front. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Runners lead from their respective bases. Sumner will throw to third base and send Dolly back to the bag diving. Two and one the count. The pause and the 2-1. Curveball low and in, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike on Hovden. With Hovden walking in the first inning, he continues the streak of reaching base safely in every game played this season. All 26 to this point. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Jake is low for ball 4, and it hit him on a hop. So that'll go as a hit by pitch. So Hovden gets an RBI the hard way or the easy way, as we said in the first. That'll allow Dolly to score, Pierce to get to second, and Nimrod to get to first. And Dan Barron's out to talk to Sumner Smith. Hovden with his 17th RBI of the season. And a pitching change is coming. 4-0 Decorah here in the second. We'll tell you about the changes here in a moment. Jared Gerner, who played right field in game number 1, coming into the game for Smith here in game number 2. Smith, an inning plus, 4 runs, 4 earned to this point. The runners on base remain his responsibility. 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 hit batters, and no strikeouts. Gerner, the sophomore, making his 3rd appearance, or rather his 5th appearance. His 3rd out of the bullpen. He's 2-1 with the .258 ERA. Opponents hitting .200 against him. 21 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 8 earned runs, 10 walks, and 6 strikeouts. It's a straight-up change, so Gerner will go on the bottom half of the number 8 slot in the order. And Jace Moore will still hit for him. The first batter he will face will be Cole Sweska. Sweska drew a walk and scored in the first inning. The bases loaded, hit by pitch to Hovden. Scores the first run here in the second inning. A 4-0 lead for Decorah. And Gerner comes in. Sophomore right-hander throws to Sweska, and the pitch goes low. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 walks, 2 hit batters, and 4 hits. The 1-0 curveball low again. It's 2 balls, no strikes now. Second inning here in game number 2. Decorah won game number 1 4-0 with 4 2-out runs in the top of the 8th inning. Curve for a strike. It's 2-1 now on Sweska. Swung on, driven towards left field, retreating is Brox, and he's under it. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is Pierce. He will score. The other runners stay put. A sacrifice fly for Sweska, and a 5-0 lead for Decorah. Well hit fly ball to left, and Broxton able to make the play. Sweska gets his 2nd RBI of the day and his 15th of the season. Runners at first and second with 1 down. And Austin Ashbacker, who was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the first, will stand in. 5-0 Decorah here in the second inning. That run charge to Smith. He's still responsible for the 2 men on base. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Gerner will throw to first for the out. They try to throw to third to get Nimrod. The throw is wild. Nimrod comes to the plate. He will score. Hovden will make it to third as the throw to the plate goes wild. And it's a 6-0 lead for Decorah. It was a 1-hopper back to Gerner, and Gerner immediately threw to first base. got the out of Ashbacker. Relk threw to third to try to get Nimrod. His throw was wild. That allowed Colin to score and Jake to move to third base. A 3-spot here in the second inning and a 6-0 lead for Decorah. And Dustin Carey will try to come up with a 2-out hit. He got a bloop single to right to score a run in the first. Swinging bunt in front of the plate. Gerner picks it up and throws on to first base to retire Carey and the side here in the second inning. So Decorah scores 3 on 3 hits, 1 error and 1 runner left. We are an inning and a half complete, and Decorah leads it by a 6-0 margin. Bottom of the second inning, a 3-spot in the first and the second has given Decorah a 6-0 lead. Dustin Carey got the side down in order. What seems like a heck of a long time ago, back in the bottom of the first inning. He did so on 11 pitches. Cole Helly will start things in the bottom of the second inning. Helly was 1 for 3 in game number 1. Decorah won that one 4-0 in 8 innings. 4 2-out runs in the top of the 8th inning, and Colin Nimrod throws a 2-hit, 8-inning shutout for his 8th win of the year. Helly 1 for 3 in game 1. First one outside from Dustin Carey. 1 ball, no strikes. Carey looking for his 6th win of the year on the hill. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Colin has 8 wins. Carey looking for his 6th wins. The other wins belonging to Kyle Kane and Austin Ashbacker. The 1-1 delivery. There's a strike right down Broadway. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Decorah has West Delaware tomorrow night and then hosting Charles City in a doubleheader on Friday night. First pitch, or next pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And next week, the schedule going to be a little bit up in the air. We do know Decorah will host Waterloo West next Tuesday night. 2-2 delivery. Curve ball taken for strike 3 as Helly tried to duck under it. He was fooled enough that it ended up right down the middle. Second strikeout for Dustin Carey, and Colton Connolly will be the batter. He was 0 for 3 in game number 1. Colin Nimrod only gave up 2 hits in that game. Carey will start him with a breaking ball high. 1 ball, no strikes. 3-0 or 3 spots in the first and the second inning have given Decorah a 6-0 lead. Pitch a little bit low again. 2 balls, no strikes. Getting back to next week's schedule, my sources have told me that the Cedar Falls game will not be played on Monday night. Cedar Falls has to make up a Mississippi Valley Conference game that night. Ground ball to short, and Colin Nimrod, he goes to his left. He throws to first base. It's a bit of a wild throw, but fancy footwork by Chris Hartman made the catch at first base, and he kept the foot on the bag to retire Connolly for the second out of the inning. The throw was right into the runner. Chris had to concentrate on avoiding the runner, catching the ball, and keeping the foot on the bag as the throw went across, and he was able to do all 3. 2 down, nobody on. And Corey Broxson takes the first pitch lone outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Broxson was 0 for 3 in game number 1. 6-0 Decorah. They play the bottom half of the second inning here tonight in Garnaville. The 1-0. Curve for a strike, and it's 1-1. No functioning lights on this field here in Garnaville. 1-1 delivery, curve ball for a strike, and it's 1-2. There are light posts here, but I've been told they're not operational, and looks like they would only cover the infield anyway. The 1-2 delivery, curve ball swung on and missed, and a quick second inning. 3 up, 3 down. After 2 innings, it's Decorah 6 and Elkader Central Clayton Ridge nothing. Top of the third inning we go, a 6-0 lead for Decorah. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 doing the Decorah lineup. against Jared Gerner on to replace Sumner Smith, who got the start. He went 1+ inning, gave up 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. 2 walks and no strikeouts. Gerner got outs of the last 3 batters he faced in the second inning, but a poor decision with 1 out and the bases loaded probably cost him a run. Ashbacker was at the plate. Gerner fielded 1 hopper. Went to first base to get the out. The first baseman, Relk, threw to third base to try to get the lead runner, Colin Nimrod. The throw was wild. That allowed Nimrod to score with the 6th run. Kyle Kane hit into a double play but allowed a run to score in the first inning. And he'll take the first one outside from Jared Gerner. 1 ball, no strikes. One more regular season game for the War Eagles. They'll face Monticello tomorrow night. 1-0 delivery, ground ball towards short, picked up there by Connolly. On to first base, and Kane retired. 1 down in the 3rd inning. One down, nobody on for Chris Hartman. Grounded to first to end the first, 0 for 1. Left-hand hitting first baseman against the sophomore right-hander. First pitch blown outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Busy sports complex, as we mentioned here in Garnaville. Playoff softball going on up the hill. 2 balls, no strikes as the pitch goes outside. Clayton Ridge taking on Macokota Valley. 2-0 delivery. In there for a strike. It's 2-1. That's in a 2A regionals. Decorah softball team will open up not too far away from here in Farley on Thursday night. Curveball swung out and missed. And it is 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2A and 3A teams getting their softball seasons underway tonight. 1A continuing tomorrow night. 2-2 delivery. Fastball outside for 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now on Chris Hartman. 3-2 from Gerner, swung on and missed at a curve, blowing away, and there's the second out here in the 3rd inning. Two down, nobody on for Brady Dowley, doubled and scored in the second. Curve pitch low. One ball, no strikes. 1-0 delivery is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Just got word in next week's schedule. The Cedar Falls game scheduled for Monday night is officially canceled. So Decorah will not play Cedar Falls on Monday night. 2-0 delivery is high for 3 balls, no strikes to count. Or 2-1, I'm sorry. Gerner looking for the War Eagles' first 1-2-3 inning of this game. A curveball taken at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2-2 with 2 down. 3rd inning of a 6-0 lead for Decorah. The 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Gerner has retired all 6 he has faced since coming in for Sumner Smith, the starter. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it's a 6-0 lead for Decorah. 6-0 Decorah as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Reminder, coming up tomorrow night, we'll have Decorah and West Delaware in high school baseball from Manchester. We'll bring it home to you at 7:20 tomorrow night on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.net. Thursday night, we'll have the opening round of the softball tournament as Decorah will head down in this direction once again. They will travel to Farley to take on Western Dubuque. We'll start that broadcast just before 7. Derek Earhart looks at a strike, 0-1. Then Friday night we'll have 2 baseball games, Decorah and Charles City from Decorah. We'll have those 2 beginning at 5:20 on Friday night. Curveball grounded towards short. Takes a funny hop. Colin Nimrod bobbles, and reaching first base will be Earhart. Earhart reaches on the E6 to start things here in the bottom of the third inning, and Jace Moore will be the batter. He struck out 3 times in game number 1. Not the easiest infield to field balls off of down here in Garnavillo as Moore swings and fouls the first pitch off. No balls and 1 strike, but that's a play that Colin knows he needs to make. No balls and 1 strike. That's the first error in 10 or in 11 defensive innings for Decorah. Moved to first base, sending Earhart back to the bag. Earhart 3 for 4 in the steal department this year. The War Eagles do steal a lot of bases. The 0-1 delivery sliced down the right field line, foul. Chris Hartman was going after it and tripped over the bag. No balls and 2 strikes. Chris no worse for the wear. No balls, 2 strikes to count. The pause and the 0-2 delivery, swinging a foul at the plate, as Kyle was unable to squeeze that one. So it's no balls, 2 strikes to count remaining. On Jace Moore, the 0-2 delivery, swinging a miss at a high fastball. So Dustin gets his 4th strikeout, and there's 1 down here in the 3rd inning. Runner at first, 1 down. Gibson Behrens, the batter. He was 0 for 3 in game number 1. Moved to first base and back to the bag. Diving is Earhart. 6-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the 3rd. And the first pitch to Behrens. Breaking ball outside edge for a strike. 0-1. The pause and the 0-1. High, 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Colin Connolly in the on-deck circle. And a 6-0 Decorah lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the 1-1. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Gibson Behrens. Decorah with the 3 spot in the 1st and in the 2nd inning. 2-0, good fastball outside edge right at the knee. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Behrens, the number 9 hitter in the Elkader Central Clayton Ridge lineup. The 2-2 delivery swung on a fly ball towards left field, but right at Cole Sweska. He will make the catch in medium to deep left field for the 2nd out of the inning. Well hit ball, but Sweska had him played perfectly. 2 down, runner at first for Colin Connolly. He was 0 for 4 in game 1. He grounded to 3rd to start the bottom half of the 1st inning. 6-0 Decorah, bottom of the 3rd. First pitch well outside, and Kyle Kane with a nice stop moving to his right. 1 ball, no strikes. I'd imagine Kane would get the ball tomorrow night for the Vikings. The 1-0 delivery swung on and a fly ball foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's one thing, if you go to the baseball blog, we've been talking about lately. Yeah, we've focused a lot on some close losses, and there's no doubt Decorah's got to get better in those games. Curveball low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Forgot to mention that Connor Gospin now playing second base for Decorah. The reason you can remain optimistic about this team is this team does not give up that many runs. In fact, in their last 13 games, they've only given up a total of 20 runs. Per ball for a strike, and it's 2-2. In fact, this is their game one was their fourth shutout in their last 6. In the games where they scored runs, they gave the opponent scored run. Fastball outside edge taken for strike 3. The opponent scored 6 in a total of 2 games. Leadoff error, but nothing else. We are 3 innings complete in Garnavillo in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Decorah leading Elkader Central Clayton Ridge by a 6-0 margin. 6-0 Decorah as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Decorah got 3 runs in the first inning. A bases loaded hit by pitch to Austin Ashbacker. A single to right for Dustin Carey. Kyle Kane hit into a double play, which allowed the 3rd run to score. Hovden was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. Cole Sweska got a sacrifice fly, and a War Eagle error scored the 3rd run. Jarrett Gerner has faced 6 batters and has been able to retire them all since relieving Sumner Smith, the freshman. In 1+ innings, gave up 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 2 walks, 2 hit batters, and no strikeouts. Bryce Pierce got a single and scored his first time up. And here's a ground ball that Gerner knocks down. Fields in front of the mound. Throws over to first base to retire Pierce. And 1 down in the 4th inning. Pretty good swing for Pierce, but Gerner able to make the play. And 1 down. Colin Nimrod will start the 3rd trip around the batting order. Singled and scored in the first. Singled and scored in the 2nd inning. As the first pitch taken a low, 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod another outstanding outing in game number 1 on the hill. Ended up striking out 7 in a 2-hit shutout. Only walked 1. Collins squares to bunt. Nice bunt, 3rd base side. Helly with a bare hand pickup, throws to first base. He got Nimrod by a step. Nice idea, but a better play by the catcher, Helly, to throw out Nimrod. And there's 2 down here in the 4th inning. So 2 down, nobody on for Jake Hovden without an official at bat. Walked and scored in the first, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. He pops one up middle of the infield. The shortstop, Colin Connolly, under it. He will make the catch to retire the side. So 9 up, 9 down against Gerner since he came into the game. The Vikes set down in order for the 2nd consecutive inning. We are halfway home in Game 2 of this doubleheader with Decorah leading by a 6-0 margin. The War Eagles in game number 2 have gotten 1 runner on via a error. Other than that, Dustin Carey has been very solid. 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. As Dustin trying to pick up his 6th win of the season on the hill. Trey Relk will be the batter. He swings the first one, grounds one towards short. Picked up there by Nimrod. He'll throw on to first base, and Relk retired 1 down here in the 4th. One down, nobody on for Dylan Preston, who grounded to short his first time up. Preston, the losing pitcher in tough luck fashion in game number 1, shut out the Vikings through 7. Swinging a foul at the plate, no balls and 1 strike. Vikings were able to get 6 in the first inning plus, but Jared Gerner, the reliever for the War Eagles, has shut down 9 in a row since coming in the game. As that one blooped down the right field line, it'll be a base hit angling towards the corner. Preston will make a slight turn at first base and stop right there. So Preston on with a 1-out single here in the 4th inning. The first hit given up by Dustin Carey in 3 1/3. The batter will be Cole Helly, who struck out looking in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. The pause and the pitch swung on, popped up, foul territory right side. Kyle Kane is under it. He will make the catch in foul territory. halfway between home plate and the Clayton Ridge first base dugout. So that's the second out of the inning. 2 down with a runner at first, and Colton Connolly will stand in. 6-0 Decorah, bottom half of the fourth inning. Preston away from first. Carey delivers. Curveball missing, low and away. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 delivery. Fly ball left center field. Hovden and Sweska running over. Jake is under it, leaps at the final second and makes the catch in medium to deep left center. Misjudged it a bit, but was able to get the end result that you wanted. And that's that for the fourth inning. 1 hit, 1 left, 4 done, 6-0 Decorah. Jared Gerner has kept the Vikings at bay, retiring the 9 men he has faced to this point. But the Vikes were able to get 6 off of starter Sumner Smith. We lead at 6-0 as we start the top half of the fifth inning. No official at bat yet for Cole Sweska. He swings and pops one up right side. It'll land out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Sweska walked and scored in the first and had a sacrifice fly in the second inning. Gerner kicks and deals the 0-1. Good curveball outside edge for a strike. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Sweska, who had the game-winning RBI in game 1 of this doubleheader. A 2-out RBI double to give Decorah at the time a 1-0 lead in the 8th inning. 0-2 is a fastball low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that was followed up by a baby bull bomb, if you're going to do the alliteration thing. 3-run homer that ended up near the cemetery across the road. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Colin Connolly, the shortstop, is under it. He will make the catch. And there's 1 down here in the 5th inning. So 10 in a row shut down now for Gerner. 1 down, nobody on for Austin Ashbacker. Hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the first. And grounded to the pitcher in the second inning. First one to Austin. At the letters for a strike, 0-1. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. 0-1, fastball misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in Garnavillo tonight for a doubleheader. Decorah won game 1 of the doubleheader 4-0 in 8 innings and lead it here in game 2 in the 5th, 6-0, as the next one goes inside from Gerner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Vikes got 3 runs in the first inning. Ashbacker hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Carey a bloop single, and Kane hit into a double play, allowing the 3rd run to score. 2-1 delivery. Curveball for a strike, and it's 2-2. Hovden hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second inning. A sacrifice fly by Sweska. Scored the 5th run, and the 6th run scored on a War Eagle error. Next pitch outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Austin Ashbacker with Dustin Carey on deck. Carey is throwing 45 pitches through 4, has given up 1 hit, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. 3-2 to Ashbacker. Ground ball toward short. Charging there is Connolly. Picks it up, throws to first base, throws wild and out of play. So Ashbacker will reach second base. Austin did have the play beat, so we'll give him a single, and he'll get second on the E6. Second error of the night for the War Eagles in game number 2, as Ashbacker will get ran for by Andy Sinkink. And Dustin Carey will stand in. A bloop single to right to knock in a run in the first, grounded back to the pitcher in the second. Ashbacker becoming the first batter to reach since Gerner came in to relieve back in the second inning. First pitch to Dustin, low and in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball game just over. an hour old. Pitch goes low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. We played 8 innings in about an hour 35 in game number 1. When the pitchers throw strikes and plays are made in the field, baseball goes pretty quickly. 2-0. There's a strike to Dustin. It's 2-1. Dustin with 2 hits today after a 1 for 8 on Thursday night against Waverly. 2-1, smacked into right center field. That'll land for a base hit. Rounding third and getting a stop sign is Andy Sinkink. First and third with 1 down, and Kyle Kane will come to the plate. That ball got out to center fielder Colton Connolly a little too quick to give Sinkink a realistic chance of scoring on that play. And Kane will be the batter. He's 0 for 2, hit into a double play in the first inning, grounded to short in the third. And Carey, who is the pitcher, will get LaRue as a courtesy runner at first base. Sinkink off of third. LaRue off of first. Pitch to Kyle. Smacked into left center field, and that'll be a base hit. It's going all the way to the gap. Sinkink scores easily. LaRue stops at third on a stand-up double for Kyle Kane, and a 7-0 lead for Decorah. Kyle Kane with double number 6 and RBI number 7 on the season. And the batter for Decorah will be Austin Bohr. He will bat for Chris Hartman here. And Brighton Meyer will courtesy run for Kyle Kane out at second base. So Kyle, who came in swinging a hot bat, was struggling a bit tonight, but got a hold of that one. Gerner, his first time through the Decorah area order, he controlled things. But Decorah getting to him here in game 2. Austin Bohr swings at the first one, pops one up, shallow right. Gibson Barons at second base is under the ball. He will make the catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 down, and the batter will be Connor Gossman. Gossman came in defensively in the bottom of the third inning. He'll get an opportunity to swing it here in the top of the 5th inning. Connor 0 for 3 with the stick this year. He's been on base 1 time in 4 appearances. He was hit by a pitch as the first pitch goes high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Second and third, 2 down, 1 in. 5th inning. A 7-0 lead for Decorah. Pitch swung on, popped up third base side. And that one will land in the glove of the third baseman, Derek Earhart, in front of the third base Decorah dugout, and that's that for the 5th inning. So 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Decorah leads Elkader Central Clayton Ridge by a 7-0 margin. Dustin Carey has thrown very well through 4. Giving up 1 hit. The only other base runner reached on an error. He has struck out 5 and walked no one. Only thrown 45 pitches through the 4 innings. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 due for Elkader Central here in the bottom of the 5th. Corey Broxson, Derek Earhart, and Chase Moore. The War Eagles trailing the Vikings 7-0. 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, 1 in the 5th for Decorah. Broxson struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch goes high, and a look down to first base. They're going to say he went. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Don't know if the home plate umpire really asked for the appeal, but the first base umpire gave it. No balls, one strike. Next pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It looks like Caleb Qualley is behind the plate now for Decorah. For Kyle Kane. This pitch goes low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Like everybody else is pretty much the same. Hartman has re-entered at first base after getting hit for by Austin Bohr. 2-1. Ground ball towards third and foul, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 7-0. Decorah here in the 5th. Trying to hand the War Eagles their second loss of the day and only their 7th of the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carey ready, the 2-2 delivery. Swung out and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Qualley applies the tag, and Broxton down on strikes for the second time here in this game. 6 strikeout for Dustin Carey. 1 down, nobody on for Derek Earhart, who reached on an error to start the 3rd. First ball swinging, he grounds one towards short. This time Colin fields cleanly. Throws on to first base to retire Earhart. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Jace Moore struck out swinging his first time up. One of 6 strikeout victims for Dustin Carey to this point in the game. Curveball for a strike. It's 0-1. Moore has struck out all 4 times he has been up to the plate in this doubleheader. Carey looking for his 3rd 1-2-3 inning. Next pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Carey kicks and deals the 1-1. Curveball, didn't miss by a lot. And it is 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 curveball, that one inside corner for a strike. It's 2-2 to Carey's season high in strikeouts. 6 against Key High and against Walk-On, as well as Waterloo Columbus. Curveball taken for strike 3. And that's a season high in strikeouts for Dustin Carey with 7. As the War Eagles go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. After 6, it's 7-0 Decorah. We go to the top half of the 6th inning. Decorah leading 7-0. They won game 1 of the doubleheader with a 4 spot with 2 outs in the 8th inning to win 4-0. Colin Nimrod, a 2-hit shutout, striking out 7 and walking only 1. Dustin Carey through 5, working on a 1-hit shutout, and he has struck out 7. Bryce Pierce, Colin Nimrod, Jake Hovden. In the 6th inning against Jarrett Gerner, gave up his first run of the game in his relief appearance. In the 5th on an RBI double by Kyle Kane. As the first pitch low to Bryce Pierce, 1 ball, no strikes. War Eagles have lost 6 times this year as Bryce swings and fouls the pitch off. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One. That one up. 2 balls, 1 strike. And if this score holds, their 7 losses would be to only 4 teams. 2 teams have beaten them twice. There's 1 hopper right back to Gerner. He picks it up and throws on to first to retire Pierce. 1 down here in the 6th inning. Because North Fayette Valley has beaten them twice this year, as well as South Wynn. They split their conference matchups between both those teams, but Upper Iowa teams play a lot of tournaments on Saturdays, and you end up playing a lot of non-conference games against conference opponents. Colin Nimrod looks at a strike, 0-1. He singled and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second inning. He tried to bunt his way on, but was thrown out on a nice play by the catcher, Cole Helly, in the fourth inning. Curve inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. 1-1 delivery. High and tight for 2 balls, 1 strike now. Shadows from the school behind us starting to creep across home plate as that one smacked into deep left field. Retreating is Broxson. It's over his head. And at the base of the fence and straightaway left, Nimrod will stand at second with the double. 9th double of the season for Colin Nimrod, who absolutely smoked one on 2-1. And he is second on the squad in 2 baggers this year, behind Austin Ashbacker's 13. Runner on second, 1 down. Jay Covden walked and scored in the first, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second. Popped to short in the fourth. Ground ball towards short. Colin Connolly will pick it up. He'll throw on to first base, and a reach at first base, and Relk was able to keep his foot on the bag despite a low throw. And that's the second out of the inning. Nimrod stayed put at second base, and Sean Truan will be the batter. Truan will bat for Sweska, who was 0 for 1 with the sacrifice fly and a walk here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Sean struck out in the 8th inning of game number 1 as a pinch hitter. Curveball low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Since Sean led off that inning, I don't know if we can give him credit for starting the rally, but 1-0, up again, 2 balls, no strikes. I did between games, if that means anything. Maybe, maybe not. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch to Sean. He gets it. Cole Sweska will run for him on a re-entry at first base as Sean uses his keister to get on. A comment from someone pretty close to Sean: way to use your best parts. That person shall remain nameless as the pitch goes outside to Austin Ashbacker. 1 ball, no strikes. First and second, 2 down here in the 6th inning. A 7-0 lead for Decorah. Ashbacker had a 3-run homer at the end of game number 1, and he smokes one to left field again. No doubt about it. That baby's gone over the road just shy of the cemetery. Out in left center field, a baby bull bomb, and it's 10-0 Decorah. Austin with his second 3-run homer in the doubleheader, his 4th RBI of this game. And now he's inching up on Dustin Carey for the team leading RBIs. He's up to 33 on the season. 7 here in Garnavillo on a Tuesday afternoon as Carey rolls one foul, third base side, no balls and 1 strike. Carey, an RBI single in the first, grounded to the pitcher in the second, and single to right in the 5th. And Decorah now leads it 10-0 here in the 6th as the pitch goes low. 1 ball, 1 strike. So now the War Eagles in a position where they have to score in the bottom of the 6th inning to avoid this one from ending early. 1-1, pitch low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 in the pitch. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike on Dustin Carey. 1 out double by Nimrod with 2 outs. Truman hit by a pitch, and then Ashbacker with the home run. Multi-hopper to short, and Connolly throws on to first base, and Relk couldn't hang on to the ball on the throw in the dirt. Third error of the game for the War Eagles, and LaRue will get Carey's courtesy at first base. Runner at first, 3 in, 2 down. And the batter will be Caleb Qualley. Qualley came in to catch in the bottom half of the 5th inning for Kyle Kane. He's 1 for 6 on the varsity this year. Ground ball towards second. Behrens will field, give an underhand toss to Connolly to force LaRue, and that's that in the 6th inning. But the Vikes score 3 on 2 hits, helped out by 1 error and 1 runner left. They'll try to close it out. Next, they lead it by a 10-0 margin. 10-0 Decorah as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Vikes were limited to 6 hits, with 4 of them coming in the 8th inning of game number 1, but the stick's more active. Probably the pitching not as good here in game number 2, to be fair, but 10 hits and less strikeouts here in game number 2. The Vikes struck out 8 times in game number 1, but only twice here in game number 2. And 9-1-2 will try to scratch across the run for the War Eagles and keep this game alive as Gibson Behrens looks at the first one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. He lined out to left in the 3rd, 0 for 1. Carey ready in the 1-0 offering, smacked into left, and a base hit. Second hit given up by Gibson Behrens, and that's the 2nd time in 6 frames that the leadoff runner has reached for Elkader Central, Clayton Ridge. Runner at first, nobody out. Colin Connolly, the batter. Grounded to 3rd in the 1st, struck out looking in the 3rd. 10-0 Decorah here in the 6th, and a ground ball towards left field and a base hit. So 1st and 2nd with nobody out here in the 6th inning. And Trey Relk will look to keep it going for the War Eagles. He struck out swinging in the 1st, grounded to short in the 4th. Ten nothing Decorah here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Carey's first offering. A curve that's high. 1 ball, no strikes. Relk was ducking out of the way of that, and frankly, it wasn't that far away from being a called strike. 1 ball, no strikes the count. The 1-0 delivery, a fastball grounded towards 3rd, playing the long hop is Pierce. He'll tag the bag for 1. It was slowly hit. Realistically, that was the only out they were going to get. So Behrens retired at 3rd, 5 unassisted. Connolly to 2nd. Relk to 1st on the fielder's choice. And the batter will be Dylan Preston. Grounded to short in the 1st, single to right in the 4th. 10-0 Decorah as we play the bottom half of the 6th inning. And the pitch swung on, driven deep left field. Retreating is Cole Sweska. He looks up, and that ball is gone. Dylan Preston with his 5th home run. RBIs 35, 36, and 37. And it is a 10-3 lead for Decorah. That ends a string of 11 consecutive scoreless innings tossed by Dustin Carey. And 13 1/3 scoreless innings tossed by Decorah pitching against a 25-6 baseball team today, as Cole Helly will be the batter. Curveball taken up. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on a blooper towards second. It's caught there by Connor Gossman, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 down, 3 in. And the batter will be Colton Connolly. 10-3 the lead for Decorah. As Dylan Preston got the War Eagles on the board for the first time today. A strike to Colton Connolly. No balls, 1 strike, grounded to short in the second. Flew out to center in the fourth. A curveball for a strike, and it's 0-2. So there will be a 7th inning. And the 0-2 delivery, fastball outside edge for strike 3. 8 strikeouts for Dustin Carey. And that's that for the 6th. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, nobody left. We head to the 7th. It is a 10-3 lead for Decorah. Chris Hartman starts things in the 7th. First ball swinging, rolling one into right field, knocked down there by Behrens. But that's all he'll be able to do as Hartman gets a base hit. He's now 1 for 3 on the afternoon. 11 hits for Decorah here in game 2. And the batter will be Connor Gossman, who fouled to third in the 5th, 0 for 1. 10-3 Decorah, we're in the 7th. That home run for Dylan Preston in the 6th as Connor looks at a strike, 0-1. Ended a string of 13 and a third consecutive scoreless innings on the hill for Dustin Carey, going back to the 4th inning in his start against Waterloo Columbus. 0-1 delivery, curveball swinging a foul, and that one got the home plate umpire in the mask. No balls and 2 strikes the count will be. Hartman leads at first base. Gerner comes set. And the 0-2 delivery swung on a fly ball down the left field line. Broxton angling towards the line. He will make the catch, reaching back a bit and making it one-handed in medium depth left field right near the line. So there's 1 down in the 7th inning. And Aaron Severson will bat for Bryce Pierce. Aaron will get a chance to swing it here. He's a .273 hitter on the season, 6 for 22 with 3 RBI. Played in game 1 but did not bat. First pitch taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. 10-3 Decorah, 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th. The 3 in the 6th, the loudest of the night in game 2. A 3-run homer by Austin Ashbacker. Curve swung on and missed. Snap throw to first base. Back to the bag. Diving is Hartman. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pause and the 1-1 low and outside. It is 2 balls and 1 strike count now. Been an absolute gorgeous night to sit outside and watch some baseball. Here's ground ball up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So Aaron Severson gets a single here in the 7th inning. First and second with 1 down for Colin Nimrod, batting for the 5th time here in game number 2. Singled and scored in the first, doubled and scored in the 2nd inning. Thrown out by the catcher trying to bunt his way on in the 4th inning, and doubled and scored again in the 6th. So Colin, 3 for 4 here in game number 2. 10-3 Decorah in the 7th. The pitch to Collins swung on a fly ball into right field. Dylan Preston with a long run. He will make the catch. And no tag from the runners. That's 2 down here in the 7th inning. And Tyler Dostal will get a chance to swing it. And he will bat for Jay Covden here. 10-3 Decorah here in the 7th. This will be the first at bat, I do believe, for Tyler Dostal. His pitch goes low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. No at-bats listed on the stat sheet for Tyler Dostal. 1-0 the count with 2 down. And the pitch low and in the dirt. 4 2 balls and no strikes. 10-3 Decorah. Austin Ashbacker, 4 RBI here in game number 2. Colin Nimrod, 3 hits. And 3 runs scored, 2 doubles. Pitched low. 3 balls, no strikes the count. The runner at second is Chris Hartman. The runner at first is Aaron Severson. As the pitch, a strike. Snap throw to first base, and they throw it into right field. Hartman moves up to third, and up to second is Aaron Severson. It's 3-1 on Tyler Dostal. And frankly, that's why it's foolish to make that throw with 2 outs. The risk reward on that is just not a real good ratio. 3-1 high for ball 4. And Cole Sweska will be the batter. And Hovden will re-enter for Dostal. Bases loaded, 2 down, 7th inning. A 10-3 lead for Decorah, and Cole Sweska will be the batter. He's batted 3 times here in game number 2. Walked and scored in the first, sacrifice fly in the second, popped to short in the 5th. He swings the first one, rolls one towards left. Nice grab at third by Earhart from his knees. He will throw to first base, and he got Cole Sweska. That's a heck of a play by Earhart at third. 2 hits, 3 runners left. Vikes will look to close it out. Next, they lead it by a 10-3 margin. Dustin carry to Corey Broxton. Broxton swings at the first one. Backhanded at short by Nimrod. Throws on to first base, and he got Broxton by a step. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 7th inning. Decorah leading 10-3 as Colin Nimrod makes a nice play to get Broxton and make him 0 for 3. Derek Earhart, who's had some very nice plays in the field at third base today, has reached out an error in the 3rd and grounded to short in the 5th. The curveball is swung on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. Dustin's been incredibly economical with the pitches. 68. Granted, the War Eagles have been very aggressive at the plate, but if Dustin's not around the zone, they don't have a right to be. Curveball taken for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count and the pitch. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike on Derek Earhart. Vikings trying to close out a doubleheader sweep. They won in 8 innings in game number 1, 4-0. Behind a 2-hit shutout toss by Colin Nimrod. Swinging a foul to the protective netting in the backstop above the backstop on the first base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Two and 2 with 1 down. Dustin ready the 2-2. That one just beneath the knees. And it is 3 balls, 2 strikes. 10-3 Decorah here in the 7th. And the pitch from Carey. Curveball taken for strike 3. Earhart tried to duck under that one, but it went right down the middle. And a pinch hitter, Jared Gerner, who was the pitcher getting hit for by Jace Moore. Gerner will bat for himself with 2 down here in the 7th inning. And Carey throws a strike, 0-1. Carey gave up a 3-run homer to Dylan Preston. But other than that, Dustin's been, frankly, pretty outstanding today. Pitch, curve, swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Vikes away for 1 strike away from a doubleheader sweep against a pretty good opponent. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, curveball taken for strike 3, and that's a Viking victory. 10 strikeouts for Dustin Carey as he gets his 6th win on the hill. And Decorah takes game 2 of this doubleheader 10-3. 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error, and 8 left for Decorah. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, and 2 left for Elkader Central. The winning pitcher, Dustin Carey, throws a 4-hitter, gives up 3 runs, all earned. Doesn't walk anybody and strikes out 10. He goes to 6-4 on the season. Sumner Smith, the losing pitcher, he drops to 0-1. So the Vikings improved to 17-10 on the season. Clayton Ridge drops to 25-7. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, Viking fans. We know you enjoyed the outcome. Final score tonight, 4-0 and 8 in Game 1 and 10-3 in Game number 2. We'll be with you from Manchester tomorrow night as Decorah will take on West Delaware, and we'll be with you at about 7:15 tomorrow night. So for our entire KDEC sports team, Darren Swenson saying so long from Garnavillo. Again, the final, 4-0. Decorah wins an 8 in Game 1, and Clayton Ridge loses to Decorah 10-3 in Game number 2. Thanks a bunch for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow night from Manchester.